22nd, 2017. I know it's been a minute since I did a video. I was supposed to do a video last night, but I got the last piece to my home recording studio, so to speak. I mean, it's not 100% professional, I ain't gonna lie, but pretty close. I got most of my gear right, and I had some time, so I got messing around with it and recorded a song demo, and now I got a lot more tracking to do because it's a lot bigger than the one I had before. It takes a lot longer, and I didn't realize it. I wasn't thinking, so I didn't make it to the video last night. I did past pictures of they started from, I think the ones I showed yesterday were from like end of September to most of them ended in the ending of February, but I threw a couple like newer ones in there. But yeah, I just wanted to show you some of the older photos and stuff like that, and see how it all started for the newer people. I got past videos like that, and even now I'm not really, like I said, I've never intended on making videos, and I'm still not sure how really, if I'm even doing it right, but it works. I'm getting the information out, and that's really all I really care about. I like to see the bigger numbers and more people, because that way I do know that I'm getting the word out, and people are listening, and because everybody, especially us, the truthers or truth research people, or just people that want answers, we're noticing there's something wrong with the sun and the sky, and where do you turn with that, to find something like that out? And everybody knows, a good chunk of the internet is lies. People trying to sell you their ideas and blah blah blah. I mean, there's still channels out there talking about Nibiru that's been talking about Nibiru since 2009, 2010, and there's been no sign of it. I understand what it's all about, and I'm wondering if maybe other people don't, but yeah, they're still trying to sell the Nibiru thing when they haven't, not even like any kind of evidence or anything like that. Now, the sun simulator in a manufactured sky, I think it's taken care of, because I find these elitist powers to be, or whatever you want to call them, globalists, the people that are operating this thing from behind the scenes, the puppet master, they always, I notice this with any time they do something drastic like chemtrail the skies, or CERN and quantum computers, there's more than one motive for it. There's more than one reason. So, and they try to make as many reasons out of it as possible. They're trying to kill multiple birds with one stone, all that good crap. But anyways, so there could be all kinds of different reasons why they're doing this. A lot of people, and this has been being talked about for a long, long time, way before all this sun simulator and chemtrail stuff even started, is in order for them to bring these, let's say they're Satanists, these elitists, and we all know they're evil and twisted as hell. So, I really believe this. And they have to perform several rituals and stuff like that, and to bring in these entities from another dimension, or summoning demons or the fallen or whatever, to bring these beings back. They have to complete several big, large rituals that we don't understand. And the other thing is, they have to make the environment suitable for these entities to even come here. And I do know from reading in the Bible and all that. It's a sulfur is their main. They need a sulfur oxygen mix to breathe, and if they are fallen entities, they definitely probably don't want sunlight. So it makes you wonder, but really, we're not. I'm not 100% why they're doing this. I know. I do. I'm more leaning towards like kind of like a ice age maybe that that happens, and maybe they're trying to do, block out the sky and completely control the weather, so that way we don't have to rely on the natural sun if we do fall into an ice age. And my understanding of an ice age isn't so much sheets of ice and glaciers coming down from the north and carving out new lakes and all that. My understanding of an ice age is extreme temperatures, one extreme to the other, on something that's unstable, unstable weather and weather patterns. So this could very well be too. And I do know there is another thing too. There's a very, very large comet that is flying around pretty much our solar system now, and mainly over Earth in the inner planets. This comet is about the size of Earth, a little bit smaller, but about 2/3, and it's a piece. It's a piece of Wormwood. Wormwood is a moon of Nibiru that is in another solar system. The only reason why Wormwood, we're getting pieces of Wormwood still, is because there's a hole in it, and every now and then these debris come out of this hole, and it becomes comets. That's why we see a lot more comets these days. They're little pieces. But this one here is a big one. It's been around for a while, from my understanding, and just kind of waiting to fall out of our sky onto us, pretty much. It's flying over our heads all the time. Some people have called it Halley's Comet, and Comet 252071, whatever they decide to name the comet and asteroid. But the other thing is about the sun simulator. I hate beating a dead horse over the sun simulator crap, but this is pretty much my photos and what I'm exposing. There's a lot that go along with it, but what we're going to talk about is the system that keeps the sun simulator up, because I've been telling you over and over again that it's in our atmosphere, and I'm going to tell you why in a few minutes. Sorry about that. I had to get a chair and sit down. I want to talk a little bit more. Been standing all day at work. I've said it before about like maybe high altitude balloons and blimp, because I seen that this blimp looking thing, and we're at about 9 minutes, so I'll try to fit these in at 9 minutes. The photos that you should be looking at, if my timing's correct, is with the Sony CyberShot. It's not like the other ones. I'm not using a magnification zoom lens on this. This is just the camera. I don't even think it's at half zoom at all. And so this is the camera I use for more like just regular photos to put in there. Because there's a lot of stuff with the clouds and the way the sun sets and everything. So I try to get it as natural as I can with a good camera. But if you look at like the little sun flare behind it, you notice the shape of it. What does it look like? It looks like a blimp. And there's a photo I talked about before. It's on Facebook, and it's a picture of the clouds, and on top of the clouds is this giant blimp blimp looking thing that looks just like that sun flare that you're looking at. And I'm going to put more photos, even some of the magnified photos along with it, so you can see what I'm talking about as far as the blimp. This thing, there's these new technology with blimps. I did find it, and there's actually been videos posted about it for a while. So I guess I've been a little bit delayed on that one. But yeah, these are some crazy super blimps, and I really do believe that's what we're looking at. The photo on Facebook will make you understand more. It is great. It's coming out of the clouds, the top of the clouds. It's a big giant white balloon blimp looking thing, and it has these LED lights that go all the way around it, 3 stripes, red, yellow, the infrared, and the blue. And if you look at the photos from the Sony Cybershot that I first showed you, you've seen the light that went all the way around it. So that tells me that. And now it's a system. This thing is huge. They're launching ships off the back of this thing. I don't know if it's just your normal aircraft. The ones that are super fast, they look like just little flashes of light, like a glitch or something. Is what people think they're seeing as a glitch. It's actually a craft being launched off the back of this thing, kind of like an aircraft carrier does. They slingshot them off the aircraft because the runway's too short. So that's what we're seeing. You can see the port where it goes in. It's a cylinder. I don't know what the hell my problem is. It's the cone thing that's underneath the blimp. It looks like a funnel almost, and it's really, really hard to get. It's one of the hardest to focus in and get, because a lot of times when I'm doing this, I have to use different lenses, different zooms to filter out certain lights of this thing. It's very rare. It has to be super clear out, and I just got to be on point, and I can get more than one feature of it at a time. I got just a handful of photos, maybe like 100, 150 photos of the whole system in its entirety at once, where I was able to filter it all out. And that's usually with one of my better lenses, and it's a 12 zoom, and the camera is 10 megapixels. So you gotta have good gear, at least. It's pretty decent gear at least to get it, and patience. But yeah, I'll focus in the sky where I can see everything, and then I just start to slowly take it out of focus, and that's when I'm able to start filtering out the lights. So that's just a little, if you want to try doing it yourself, definitely focus on your object, the part that you're trying to get. Be steady. A tripod it's made a big difference with my photos. And the other thing is Tethers Unlimited is, from my understanding, this is the people that are using, they're tethering these balloons together, these blimps, whatever you want to call them. It is a system. And I have noticed in the last 2 days, this thing, where I'm at, there's more than one sun simulator. These things are regional. They go west to east. And how much distance they cover, I don't know. I bet you there's probably like 3 of them that are going across the United States at a time. And sometimes I think this has a lot to do with the 2 suns and strange flashes in the night and stuff like that. Well, I think our sun simulator here in the northern Gulf region